Namaste, this is Tom Lesher here with the weekly Pele Report. And I'm going to try to whip this thing out before I get hassled. Not hassled, I am in Dharamsala, India, which is where the Dalai Lama lives. And there's a beautiful waterfall behind me. And as with every place else in India, there's a million people around here. They are the friendliest people. And everywhere I go, they want to take my picture, they want to talk to me, and they're yelling at me right now from the path up above. However, we're going to go forward with this. It's a very powerful time now. The sun is now moving into Sagittarius. This is, did I say November 23rd? I just had a Reiki session, so I'm way out there. But it's actually perfect for this report because Sagittarius can get way out there. The sun moves into Sagittarius. It joins Mercury, which is already there, the north node of the moon, which is already there, Venus, which is already there. We've got 4 points going on in Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion, of opportunity, of growth, of adventure, of moving into the new, of understanding natural law, nature, and research. It's the sign of the guru, of the teacher. So this is a time of learning. This is a time of expanding. This is a time of traveling. This is a time of going back to school. This is a time of, and I would say, higher education. Yeah, Gemini is lower education. Sagittarius is higher. Looking at, the laws, the philosophy, the beliefs, changing our beliefs. I think I talked about it a little bit last week. It's a very, very, very powerful time. Now, in addition to that, however, and this is, this is intense. We have a partial solar eclipse coming up here on November 25th at 2 degrees of Sagittarius. And it's really in square, close enough to a square with Mars and Virgo. And that's coming up in a couple of days. This weekend, we have an eclipse happening. And, an eclipse kind of sets the tone for the next 6 months. And so what's going on during that eclipse, you can draw up a chart for the moment of the eclipse, actually, and get kind of a layout, okay, of what is happening over the next 6 months. And when we see a square to Mars and Virgo, there's a bit of an angst. Yes, this Mars and Virgo wants to work. It wants to control. It wants to figure out. It wants to get into the details and analyze and categorize and research in depth. And that can sometimes inhibit this expansive nature of Sagittarius that simply wants to intuit and go with the right brain and the imagination and the inspiration. So I want, but it's a creative tension. The square is a creative tension. And so, the creative aspect of this is that both of these signs are mutable signs. And what we do is we want to mutate, we want to adapt, we want to move into new territory. And when in Rome, be like the Romans. When in India, act like the Indians. It's a time to learn a new language, It's so amazing. I'm here with so many people. There's so many different languages in India. And Rudolf Steiner spoke of that language is the means that the ego uses to structure itself. Language is the structure of the ego. The more different languages you learn, the more different ways you have of thinking, of organizing your identity, your ego, yourself. And of course, the more people you can reach, contact, and connect with. So there is this language, and it's not just, this language, but the language of the soul, the language of the heart. There's many different languages. Music is a language. Color is a language. This is a time of expanding our repertoire, of learning new songs, of painting new pictures, of learning new languages, of meeting new people, of going new places. So the mantra for this week is, as I open, I expand. The downside of this week would be if we miss these opportunities by shutting through fear, by closing off. by holding on to what we know or what we have, and we try to bring everyone into our camp, our religion, our belief system, our way of thinking and doing things. No, 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 no. That's limiting, and it will not serve you in the long run. So get out of your safety zone, open yourself, and as you open, then your future expands. Opportunities present themselves. New people, situations, income, relationships come into your life. So open yourself up. Before I close, I have to talk about Mercury going retrograde. It goes retrograde tomorrow, and it's a very powerful, it's a wonderful time, because drama. What's life without drama? Anyway, it went up, okay, and conjoined with the north node of the moon. I talked about that at 14 degrees of Sagittarius. Okay, that was right around the middle of November, a couple weeks ago. And then it's going retrograde in the first week of December. It's going to go direct, and it's going to come back again over that north node of the moon again in the middle of December. So there is this link, yes, between this Mercury going over the north node, coming back over the north node, and doing its third pass over the north node. Beginning of November, beginning of December, and end of December, yeah? It's kind of this movement of Mercury joining with, and I spoke about that north node of the moon in Sagittarius. Spends a year and a half in the sign, and this is about adventure, and it is about truth. Letting go of old truths. So Mercury would come over, okay, let me give you the exact date of that. Mercury comes over the north node of the moon right around November 17th. You meet someone new, you pick up a new book, you have a new idea, you you design a new studio or a new business. Then Mercury goes retrograde, and the 1st, 2nd of December, it crosses over. And it's time to then reflect, modify, transform, redo, renegotiate, change these situations and conditions. And then finally, Mercury goes direct and completes that final pass right on the 28th of December. So, this phase of this Mercury going back and forth over the north node is destiny. It is the future soul intention. Mercury is our ego. These are 3 dates where you can align your ego, your conscious will and decisions with your unconscious soul spiritual intentions. So this retrograde Mercury, a lot of people fear it. Things kind of go awry because it removes the outside distractions that pull us. We're normally thinking about outside. It's a time to go inward. So tap into that right brain, that intuitive inspiration inside yourself, and that will guide your future decisions to remain open and expand. Yeah. And I look forward to talking to you next week. I hope you have a wonderful time. And namaste. So much love. Aloha. Farewell.